Hello and welcome to my video on the all-new Sony 16 to 25mm f2.8G. Please do the fireworks now. Wow, beautiful. This is what the lens looks like on the Sony a7CR. Here's what the a7CR with the lens looks like turned 20 degrees to the right, my right, your left, or maybe clockwise is a better way to describe it. Here it is turned yet another 20 degrees clockwise. Remarkable, right? During this video, you're going to see a variety of handheld vlog style video examples, which I think is the target market for this lens, or it's at least where I would be considering it the most. That said, it for sure scales outside of that into whatever you need a compact wide angle lens with a 2.8 minimum aperture. Other uses can include architecture, interior pizza videography, landscape, astrophotography, and I'll B-roll for that, or photos of a man named Panda Plush in his darkroom with the lights on and in front of a backdrop. I'll give my thoughts for wedding photography at the end of this video. There are also 3 tickets left for Canada Photo Summit next week, so if you want to make that last minute trip to come hang out in our hometown of Waterloo, Ontario, Canada, April 22nd to 24th, 2014, come on through. We have a collection of amazing speakers, some nice social hours, and a closing party. This year, speakers include Sam Hurd, Magic is coming all the way from Poland, Jason Vincent, Photo Me Ike, my wife Lindsay Coulter, and also Tim.
Hi.
He's right here.
Me and Liam are doing a photo walk.
Oh no. Back to the lens, the Sony 16 to 25 f2.8G is easy to bring with you anywhere. It is professional quality and I would be happy to use it at any job. It's also very similar to the Sony 24 to 50 f2.8G that came out in February. In fact, these two lenses were kind of built to complement each other. They feature the same filter diameter of 67 and they're both 2.8 apertures as well. They are incredibly powerful lenses for the size and the weight. The official paper I got with this lens says it's 409 grams and 3.6 inches. It does extend to get to 16 millimeters and it is its smallest at 25 millimeters. The autofocus is incredibly fast and accurate. It's also very quiet. There's minimal focus breathing. In fact, there's almost none, and it's compatible with the focus breathing comp inside your camera if you choose to enable it. It also supports the Sony A9 Mark III's crazy 120 FPS RAW photography. It goes from f2.8 to f22, 11 blade circular aperture, so you can get that really nice soft bokeh, bokeh, and it's a great quality image for photos and videos all the way to the edges. The great thing with using the 16mm for self-filming is that you can enable things like active stabilization, and while it does introduce a very small crop factor, when you're starting at 16, I find it totally worth the time I save in post. Standard stabilization is great as well, but active really cleans up handheld footage. Now, when it comes to weddings, it's really important to have a wide angle lens in your bag. I kind of consider my wide angle lens to be my safety lens. If I get backed into a corner for a big group shot, or I have to get a wide shot with a cake because it's in a very weird spot, or the party just gets out of control and I want to capture it all. I personally have been using the Sony 20mm f1.8G for weddings and content for years, and I love it. It's even what we're filming this on right now. Do I require anything wider than a 20mm lens on a wedding day? Usually no. Is 16 very nice to have? The answer is yes. And while I don't have the final pricing of the 16 to 25 at the time of recording this, it looks like the 20mm and this lens are going to be priced reasonably close together. And while I would be happy with either of them on a wedding day, the 16 to 25 is obviously more versatile. If it sounds like a lens you would also be using outside of weddings for other work like real estate or self-filming, the extra millimeters really do make a difference. With the ISO capabilities of Sony cameras, the f1.8 of the 20mm prime versus the 16 to 25's f2.8 really doesn't make that big of a difference. That said, for weddings and events and photography in low light, I would for sure be recommending f2.8 or faster lenses. Now, how does this compare to the Sony 16 to 35 GM2? With the GM2, you definitely do get that extra in zoom, but it is also a lot more expensive. The price gap from the estimate I have at the time of recording looks like the money you save from buying this lens is almost enough to also purchase the 24 to 50 f2.8G as well. And having both of those lenses makes an incredibly versatile, very high quality compact kit. So there it is, the all new Sony 16 to 25 f2.8G, a very nice addition to the lineup, and I am happy to see more G Glass available. That's all for today, and see you next week at Canada Photo Summit. Come hang out here. That's where our studio is, and you can meet Tim. He's over there now.